Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Browns Latest. I'm Dave Grendzynski, but you can call me Grizzer. This is where we get you caught up on some of the latest news and the tidbits that are tied to our favorite team in the NFL, the Cleveland Browns. And then we give you our take, some people like to call it our opinion, on the news as the show progresses. Thank you to everyone who has liked our previous episodes, all of you who have subscribed to the channel. We are like so close to 14,000 subscribers. When we get there, we'll do what we always do. We will change the fit for just one show. We'll give the orange quarter zip a rest and change it up. I already know what I'm wearing for the 14,000 subscriber show. I already know. Got it on lockdown. Just need to get there. All we got to do is get there, and then I will bust out the fit, the new fit, for just one show. And thank you to everybody who gets your comments down there in the viewer comment section. This show would not be possible without you. Speaking of, we all know that we shouldn't have drafted Dillon Gabriel in the third round. But when I show you who we could have gotten instead, you're going to lose your mind. There's a simple thing Andrew Berry can do to Deshaun Watson's contract that will create millions in cap space. A Tik Tok tarot card reader is sharing what she found when she did the Browns offseason energy reading, and she even pulled a card for Shedeur Sanders. And then down in the viewer comments, Myles Garrett's got nothing on Mothra. What? Are we talking Godzilla? Oh, but I don't know. I didn't know where to put this in the show, but I was like, you know what? It's like ripping off a Band-Aid. Let's just rip off the Band-Aid. DraftKings has set the Browns' 2026 win total at 6.5. So they got to win 7 games to go over. That is free money. I'm taking it. But the odds of us drafting another undersized left-handed quarterback in the third round, those odds are astronomical. This is, and especially after you see what I'm about to show you, this is, after Deshaun Watson, the second worst decision in team history, in my book. The drafting of Dillon Gabriel in the third round. Why, you say? Well, it's because when you look around at that draft last year and the players that we could have gotten instead, like I said at the top, you're probably going to lose your mind. Okay, everybody hold on to your minds. Ready? Just hold them down so they don't go flying away. I don't want anybody losing their mind. Just hold on. Hold on tight. Here we go. Ready? We'll start. We're doing third, and then I did fourth round. Okay? And I'm telling you, we missed out on so many opportunities. Here we go. In the third round, Xavier Watts. Yeah, he was only a Defensive Rookie Player of the Year finalist. The safety from the Falcons, 96 tackles, 5 picks. Then if you move down a little bit there, you see Caleb Rogers and Charles Grant. Yeah, 2 offensive linemen. Rogers is a guard he played some meaningful snaps for the Raiders. He played, listen to this, against Denver. He had, overall, 6 games, 284 offensive snaps, 3 sacks allowed. Against Denver, 51 snaps. He did not allow a pressure, a sack, a hurry, or a quarterback hit. That's against Denver. That was week 14, too, when they were making their drive for the playoffs. He's 6'4", 312. You think he would have been nice on our offensive line? And then he'd be going into his second year now. Same with Charles Grant. Now, this is a guy, I think this is part of the reason that Pete Carroll got fired, man. He wouldn't play this guy. And then, everybody got, when is he going to play? When is he going to play? And he kept saying he wasn't ready. Well, then he plays week 18 and he balls out. He plays 59 snaps. And he had a pass grade block of a 78 and a run grade block of 64. And he only allowed no sacks, and he allowed 1 pressure the whole game. And so Charles Grant ended up, everybody's like, why aren't you playing him? Why aren't you playing him? Carroll said, I don't think he's ready yet. No, looks like he's ready to me. So there's another guy, another offensive lineman. And then Upton Stout. How about this? He's a 5'9" rookie out of Western Kentucky. Yeah, He ended up playing 16 games and starting 4 of them for the 49ers at quarterback. 82 tackles, 5 passes defense, 1 sack, and 1 forced fumble. Upton Stout. Wow. Now, when you moved around 4, I kind of crammed them in there because I wanted to keep it all on one graphic. But, I mean, just look up and down this list, man. First, you got DK from Tennessee. He set that all-purpose yardage record or whatever. So he's a smaller receiver, but, I mean, he balled out for Tennessee. Woodson from New England, 79 tackles. So Cody Simon, almost 80 tackles for the Cardinals. The Buckeye. How about Jack Sawyer? He played in every single game for Pittsburgh. 34 tackles, 1 sack. That's who I wanted. Can you imagine if we got Sawyer along with Schlesinger? My gosh. I really wanted Jack Sawyer. I did. Man, watching him play, and then I saw him at a Guardians game. The guy is a physical specimen. How about Teddy Buchanan? 93 tackles for the Ravens. If you keep moving down the list, but look, you'll see some recognizable names on that list. And so there were I will never. There will never be anybody that can explain this to me, and I'll go, oh yeah, that makes sense. It's never going to happen. And the thing is, we all knew it as soon as they took him. We're like, what are we doing? And now we know. Kevin Stefanski. It was the start of the sabotaged season is what it was. I mean, you're never, ever, ever going to be able to explain to me how and why. Never do it. Take them in the 7th round, everybody's like, okay, whatever. Take them in the 3rd round when you got all of that talent sitting there that we missed out on. Imagine if you got Xavier Watts last year, and now you'd be set at safety. Holy moly, we don't even have to worry about downs. I don't know, man. That is, like I said, for me, that is the 2nd worst decision in franchise history after Deshaun Watson. Now, speaking of Deshaun, I truly believe that he will be a post-June 1st cut. I think they're going to look at him, and they're going to say, well, the owner did say that you were a big swing and a miss, and we thought that he said he thought you were the quarterback, but you're not. So that means you're not going to be on the team. So, but in the meantime, what they can do is they can rework the contract. There'll be some things happening. Now, one of the things that can happen, and this is courtesy of Spot Track. And so take a look at this. So these are the top cap hits. Of course, Deshaun, biggest cap hit in the league. And then you can see Lamar Jackson, Prescott, Goff, and Allen. But skip down to where it says how much a simple salary conversion can save. And look at Watson. You can save $35.6 million with something that's called a cap conversion. And so Spot Track explains it like this. It is actually pretty simple. What they say it is, this is a simple accounting move that turns a singular salary or roster bonus into a signing bonus. And then the salary cap charge for a signing bonus can be spread out across 5 years. It's one of the most common ways teams create immediate salary cap relief without changing the player's overall guaranteed money or total cash earnings. And so teams usually execute these simple conversions even without consenting to the player, because the player is not losing any money. The total compensation remains the same. No new guarantees. Nothing's being added. It's just restructuring the existing pay. And so it turns it into a signing bonus, and then that gives the team more power to control, like get that money off, spread it out over the next 5 years. It's a routine move by nearly every NFL team, especially cash-strapped ones. And so that'll be another place where Andrew Berry can get a little relief. And, I mean, as bad as this contract has been, I mean, Berry has done what he can to make it each year. He does something to try and make it less painful And so this will be another thing that we expect them to do, courtesy of Spot Track. Like, man, oh man, like I tell you, you read like some of their stuff. I mean, my head was hurting. I can't. I'm not a math guy, man. And so when all the salary cap stuff and everything, I needed simple. So like that. Okay, you're gonna turn that into a signing bonus and then spread it out. Okay, that I can understand. So fully expect some things like this to happen with Deshaun Watson, and we're going to get a lot of this cap space back. And who knows? And so that's the thing with me, and there may be more cap room than I even know about. And so when I say, we'll never be able to sign the Green Bay left tackle, maybe we can, depending on, if Barry works his magic and, we can get him over here. Like, that's a possibility. Same thing with Linderbaum from Baltimore. That one, though, I think we could fit just based on what I've seen already, just where we're at. And so anyway, it's, I just think that, I don't understand it all. I don't know who does. Maybe a mathematician, maybe. I don't know. Somebody who was good at calculus. But anyway, it's going to be nice to see Barry work his magic on that contract and get us some more cap space. Now, what's also nice is this. I tripped over this on TikTok the other day, and I thought this is awesome because it plays right into what we've been talking about the last couple of days. It's a TikTok tarot card reader. Sorry to say that 10 times real fast. Named Chelsea, and it's called Sports.tarot on TikTok, and she does all sports readings. She's like our girl Leah with the analytics, but she does it with tarot cards. And now, whether or not you believe in this stuff, I don't know. Like, I never had it done or anything, but we keep talking about how we're a big part of the shift that's going to happen with this team. And it starts with positive vibes and positive psychology. And I've talked about this before, and I did that podcast for the Hoopheads, is a basketball related podcast, Hoopheads Podcast Network, and my focus was on culture changing and positive psychology, and that's where we're at here with the Browns. It's positive psychology, because you've got to turn that, you got to stop with the negative. There's too much negative tied to this team. And so Chelsea does this tarot card reading on the Browns. She wanted to get the off-season energy. What is the off-season energy like for the Browns? And man, it's actually really good. So I'm going to walk you through this. I don't have the video. You could go and find the video, but I have a screenshot of the 4 cards she pulled, and we're going left to right. And the first card is she pulled it for the overall team, and it's called Conscious Steps. Like, I don't understand the tarot part of this. I'm just going to tell you the good stuff. That card means 2026 will be a better year because they are taking steps forward. You see how the lady's like walking forward? It's considered the actor. All their actions are looking forward. We're done looking at the past, Watson, all of that nonsense. Everything that happened in the past, it's gone. Done. We're looking forward, taking steps forward. That's a good thing. It's a positive sign. The second card, the thing with all the lights, I don't really know what it's like. It's called the Angels of the 7 Checkers or something. I don't know. But that card is tied to what needs to change and be released. And that card said that it's power, truth, and connection. And it tells her that everyone is getting on the same page. And we're going to have more on that in a minute. Everybody is now going in the same direction. Makes a lot of sense, right? Because we got the guy out of the way who was causing all the problems. It was Stefanski. And so he's out of the way, and now everybody's on the same page. And then the third card. That card she pulled specifically for Shedeur Sanders. And it's the Animal Totems card. Whatever. I mean, if you know tarot cards, I'm probably even saying it wrong. I don't know. But it exudes animal energy and powers. But here's what it does. It tells her that Shedeur is showing leadership and power. He's feeling strong and confident like a true leader and giving off good energy. So again, another positive cards. And she randomly pulls these cards. It's not like she's standing there holding these cards. She's got a whole, like, she's got like, I don't know, 200 cards. And she pulls these cards out, and this is what she got. And then the last card, the last one on the right. We went left to right. The last card on the right. This is the overall energy of the Cleveland Browns this offseason. And it's the Elementals card. And this tells her things have already come together with the Browns. Things are more harmonious after getting rid of Stefanski. She said that was the best thing they could have done. She said the 4 elements all work together now. The elemental card that she pulled says the 4 elements are all working together. So the off-season energy reading by Chelsea at the sports.tarot on TikTok. Look, if you can't believe a TikTok tarot card reader, then who can you believe? I mean, come on. Like, I just thought it was great because, I mean, it just plays into, like I said, it plays into what we're talking about here. Like, we need more of that. We need more thinking like that. So whether you believe it or not, it's not so much the whole tarot card thing. It's the belief. It's the thinking behind it. And so take it and run with it, man, because I get that sense with everything that's happening, even with the Schwartz thing. Like, Monken handled it like a pro. He got mad. It happened. We got a new guy already. All right, moving on. And he's probably going to be he's going to be better. This defense will be better going forward. So just all of the things we've done, and we haven't even gotten to free agency in the draft yet. So the off-season energy so far, based on it's in the cards, it's really, really good. And the other thing that's always really good, of course, are the viewer comments. And speaking of the defense, Timothy West, 1183, said, it's funny that Jim Schwartz had issues with the run defense, yet everyone thinks the new defensive coordinator, Mike Rutenberg, will be worse. And that's what I mean. Like, why does everybody, like, again, it's that negative feel. Everybody right away has to go to, probably going to be worse. I don't see how we could be worse. We have the defensive player of the year and the rookie defensive player of the year on the same team with the 5-time Pro Bowl cornerback and a stud at safety and stud linebackers. And I mean, like, we have elite level talent on our defense. Do you think our defense is a little bit better? Our talent is a little bit better than Atlanta's? Atlanta was able to register 57 sacks with this guy. And now he's coming to us. Like, talk, man, Myles Garrett I said it yesterday, and I'll say it again. Myles Garrett, there's a good chance he could break his own record 2 years in a row. He could break his record. And speaking of Garrett, did you see what he said in his Sports Illustrated article? They asked him, like, what do you do the night before games? And he says he watches Godzilla movies because this is what he told Greg Bishop from Sports Illustrated. He said he prefers to watch Godzilla movies the night before games because he pictures himself destroying whatever hapless offense happens to be up next. Like Godzilla destroying cities or monsters. That's what Myles Garrett said in the Sports Illustrated article. It's a nice article. They had a nice thing on him. Man, Myles is getting some press, man. He is the face of this franchise, baby. And so it's nice to see. And he seems to be taking everything in stride. He seems to be happy with the way everything's going on. They promoted Brandon Lynch from cornerbacks coach to DB's coach and pass game specialist. He's done a great job with the goal. Look at what he did with those guys, man. Avery and Ross, when they came in against Cincinnati and had to cover Chase and Higgins, they locked it down. So that's the thing. We talk about Ward and Campbell so much, and you don't necessarily get to see some of these other guys as much unless somebody gets hurt. But everybody, man, the cornerbacks, everybody stepped up, man, and it's only going to get better from here. So, and Myles Garrett could keep watching Godzilla movies. So, man, remember those like a Saturday? Watch those Godzilla movies. Hilarious. Moving on. Tony Grimaldi, 35-34, says, tight end from Indiana. They have 2 good ones. Well, I think free agency will determine this. If we don't sign somebody in free agency, the Browns, which, I mean, it's not a bad route to go to find yourself a tight end in the draft, because typically you can find some decent tight ends later in the draft. And you're right, Indiana does have a couple of good ones. But if we don't get likely, because I mean, you're gonna probably, Monken's gonna want to replace Njoku, because look at what he did in Baltimore. with Andrews and Likely. So he's got Fannin to play the part of Andrew. You bring Likely in here, and you're kind of right in the same situation. So definitely going to need another tight end. It all just depends on which way he wants to go. Does he want to go more blocking tight end, or does he want a guy like Likely who's athletic and can run all over the field? I love Likely. If we can get Likely in here, I'd love it. But free agency will determine, Tony, in my opinion, what they do in the draft to address the tight end situation. Charles Baker, 9,200. Sincere Brown is Randy Moss 2.0. And so a lot of chatter in the comments yesterday about Sincere Brown. I mean, I'm saying he's worth a flyer. If he's there and you got a pick and it's late in the draft, or even they're talking about he could go undrafted. But I think after that combine, we won't know anything. What his situation will be determined after the combine. We'll know more. Like, because his stock could rise immediately. A guy that big and that fast, 22 miles an hour. Yeah. Things can change quickly for Sincere Brown after the combine. Joey Emmanuel, 9606, doubles down and says, Sincere Brown makes the most sense among the other options. Meaning if you're going to take a late round flyer, Sincere Brown, to me and to Joey Emmanuel, makes the most sense. So of all the guys that are out there, that's what I saw. I saw, you see an opportunity, and we need a big receiver, and the guy is fast. Let's go. But Joey Emmanuel says, Sincere Brown makes the most sense among the other options. He didn't play with Shedeur, but he would be a steal for the Browns if they could get him. Plus, his Campbell uniform looks just like a Browns uniform. And it's true. I mean, they're brown and orange too, so he'd feel right at home, right? Because he went from Campbell to Colorado, and then now he's in the draft. But a lot of people were chiming in saying Colorado's quarterback problems were more Sincere Brown's problem. I mean, he was kind of held back by the quarterback play because that's the knock on him. The production wasn't there when he went to Colorado, so immediately people think, oh, well, look, he went up a level and he couldn't handle it. Not necessarily the case. So Sincere Brown, I don't know, man. I would say if you could get him late in this draft, I would not be opposed to that whatsoever. And we will end today with Dexter Mack, 8505, who says, you have to remember that we have African Americans breaking world records in the Olympics. Don't count the black man out. 30 years of age. He's talking, but it's not me, Dexter. It's the NFL. Like 30 years old is like 80 in the NFL. That's the way it is. It's the 30-year-olds in the NFL. Like, that's it. Once you get there, yes, there are some anomalies. That's why James Harden is phenomenal, man. Like what he's doing at his age, man, oh man. But it's not me, Dexter. It's the league. Wide receivers, when they hit 30, old. Offensive linemen, when they hit 30, old. They decline. That's the league. But I got to finish. He says, don't count the black man out at 30 years of age. We're still making history. Happy Black History Month. Technically, we make history every month. You're right, Dexter. And speaking of the Olympics, man, have you been watching the Winter Olympics? I'm sucked in every day by something, man. Watching the women's hockey game yesterday, and all of it, there's just so much, I'll just call it natural drama to the Olympics. It's not fake, it's not man-made, it's not, they're just the storylines, the backstories of the athletes, all of it, and how it comes together. And man, oh man, that hockey game yesterday was awesome, man. It was awesome. That's an instant classic. Canada is kind of the new Russia, and when you play them in hockey, man, you gotta bring your A game every single time, and they did. So congratulations to the women's hockey and all the athletes, man. It's been it's been a ton of fun watching the Olympics. Dexter Mack, appreciate the take. Great comment. All right, that'll do it for today's show. You know what tomorrow is, right? The prediction pen. We've got some good questions lined up for the prediction pen, as we always do. If you want a question asked, throw it in the comments. If I can fit it in there, I will do so. All right, that'll do it for today's show. The tarot cards say the energy is good, and I agree. Go Browns! We'll see you next time.